Hey everybody, what's up? Startup Survival here. A couple of people have asked me since I've posted collection videos for my folding knife collection to also show my fixed blades. I've done a few reviews on some of them, but I've never actually done a video where I showed them all at once. I'm actually getting ready to do a camping trip this weekend. It's a long weekend in Canada, so I'm kind of deciding which fixed blades to bring with me. So I've got them all out here. And anyways, I'll show you what I've got. I'll go through them in the order that I bought them actually. This is the Gerber Big Rock. It is the only Gerber knife I've ever bought actually, and this was my very first fixed blade. I bought it from the Mountain Equipment Co-op, which is similar to what you guys have in the States, REI. And they don't really have a huge knife selection, but I knew I wanted a fixed blade. This guy was like 35 bucks or something like that. At one point I actually took the scales off and wrapped the skeleton of the tang in like paracord, but I didn't really like that. I put the handles back on. You can see they're getting kind of chewed up because they're just like rubber. But this is a really good knife actually for somebody who wants a fixed blade and is on a budget. I'm not really sure what the blade steel is, but I think it might be 440C or something like that. I've heard people complain about the blade steel. It's not super good. And honestly, this knife doesn't really thrill me as far as fixed blades go. The sheath is pretty bad actually, but anyways, it's a good fixed blade option I guess if you're on a budget. I've relegated this to bug out bag status, so that is my bug out bag fixed blade because I just don't want to use it day to day, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's a good backup blade. Okay, so after that I picked up my first Mora knife. This is the Mora Frost, I think it's called. And it's a really tiny Mora, stainless steel. I also bought this from Mountain Equipment Co-op, one of my favorite stores by the way. I don't know what the blade steel is on this, but I think it also might be 440. I guess it's cool in a sense. You don't have to worry about protecting the blade, so it's good for if you're in like a wet environment or something like that. It's got that Scandinavian grind on it, which is excellent for working with wood, doing things like that, feather sticks. That Scandi grind just bites the wood, and there's nothing that compares to that in my experience. I'll show you some other fixed blades that are much more expensive, but nothing works as well as a Mora. And this was like 10 bucks or 15 bucks or something like that. Yeah, the sheath for this is nothing special really. It's plastic, so that's good. It'll drain well, and it's got like a loop to put on your belt, but again, it's kind of nothing special. I wrapped some paracord, like a lanyard, on the back of it as well. Okay, so after that, I think I decided to get really serious about fixed blades. So I picked up a more expensive knife. It is the Becker BK2 by K-Bar. I did a lot of research before I bought this, and I was really torn between this and the BK7, as well as the Rat 7. I wanted like a mid-sized fixed blade. Not super expensive, and I read tons of reviews online, watched lots of videos, and eventually everybody sort of says the BK2 is a good knife, a really good knife actually, and in terms of value and all that stuff, you really can't beat it. Like, look at how thick this knife is, really amazing. It's not the sharpest knife in the world. I mean, I've got it really sharp now, so it will like cut paper and stuff, but that's not really what it's meant for. It's not meant for like processing food or delicate tasks or anything like that. This is like an indestructible knife. I read a story online that the company got like it sent back to them by like a soldier or something who had been deployed overseas to Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever, and this guy had like pried open like a car door or something with the knife. And I can't remember how the story ends, but anyways, it is capable of doing something like that, like 1/4 inch thick, crazy. 1095 steel. Some people don't like the handles. I think this is just, it's like a plastic, I forget what the name, like what the word for it is, but I think you can buy like customized like micarta scales and stuff that would really turn this into a high pride of ownership knife. But I like it just the way it is. It's cool. And also the handles are sort of three-dimensional in nature. With a bit of a palm swell there, so it really fills the hand nicely. But this knife weighs a full pound, okay, so it's not a lightweight at all. The sheath for it is really cool. This is a highlight in my opinion. It's like it's plastic, so it's not like Kydex or anything, but it snaps in there nicely. Like you don't even need to use the retention strap here. You can if you want to, whatever. And then it's just got like a loop to put it through your belt. But I really like that sheath. I don't like those like huge nylon sheaths. I don't really like nylon sheaths in general, so cool sheath. I like that. Okay, and last but not least, oh, you know what? I still have two more. So after that, I think I picked up this other Mora. This is a carbon steel Mora, the Clipper, I think it's called. And I've seen some other clippers that have some strange texturing on the handle, which I don't like as much. I kind of like this better. This is a cool handle actually for a Mora, which is one of the beefs I have with Mora in general. Like I think the handles are kind of the weak spot, if you will, of Moras, because it's not a full tang. It only goes like so far into the handle, and different models have different different tang lengths. I've actually seen like an x-ray picture online that sort of shows all the different Moras and stuff like that, but it's never a full tang. It never goes all the way. But this is a good handle. I really like that Mora. It's the carbon steel, and I noticed on the spine of this knife, it's very rough, and it was like that when I bought it. I actually just sharpened this today, and I put a patina on this a couple days ago. I just soaked some paper towels in vinegar, wrapped them around the blade for about half an hour, unwrapped it. It was starting to rust, and then I just kind of like washed everything off, and I oiled it down afterwards, so it's not going to rust any further. But I kind of like the way it turned out. It's pretty cool. It gives it like sort of an aged appearance, and people say that it like protects it from rust. I'm not really sure if that's true. I think oil is probably better at protecting from rust than any patina could be. But yeah, and I actually just sharpened it today too, and stropped it on a flat stone I got from Spyderco. So it's super sharp right now, and that's actually the knife I used to make the feather sticks. But it worked like a dream. Just like I said with the other Mora, it bites into wood amazing. I've batoned with this, never had any problems. I think you would have to really, really intentionally try to break a Mora. Definitely one of the best value knives you could ever possibly own. Okay, so now last fixed blade knife. Do you know what it is from the sheath? It is the Esee 6. And obviously this is a beautiful knife. At the time I bought this, it was the most expensive knife I'd ever bought. Again, it's the 1095 steel with the Rowan heat treat on it. Full flat grind. It's got jimping on top, micarta handles. Absolutely beautiful. And something else I really like about this is the choil, how you can choke up. Also, the reason I bought this is because I wanted a longer knife. I think this is 7 inches. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a little less than 7 inches, but it's bigger than the BK2. I wanted something longer. I had some experience using the BK7, so I was looking for something similar. This knife was on sale at my local knife store at that time. Not a great sale, mind you, but a little bit off. So I just took a chance and bought it. And I can honestly say that it's not like head and shoulders above every other fixed blade I've ever used or anything. It's not like that amazing, but you get a pride of ownership for sure. I like the micarta handles. I think they're really cool. They're a little different than the BK2. These are flat. They're not three-dimensional like the BK2. Kind of like that better, actually. Yeah, and the sheath is pretty awesome as well. This is my favorite sheath for sure. It's not Kydex, it's just plastic. But what I like about it is there's you can just like attach it to your belt like so easily. So yeah, that's pretty much my favorite fixed blade overall, I would say. But there's a lot of other great options out there. That's basically my fixed blade collection. I'm not as passionate of a fixed blade collector as I am folding knives. Because, you know, folders, you can use them every day in the city, everyday carry, right? These are pretty much reserved for the occasions I find myself in the woods, which is fairly frequent for an average person, but it's certainly not every day. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to take with me on my trip yet. I'm probably going to figure that out a bit later, but that is my fixed blade collection. Thank you for watching.